MindShift Thrive Global Ministries. We got another question. So what's the link between mental health problems and children that have grown up with domestic violence in their life? So it's a heavy question, and it depends on the situation. It depends on the intensity. It depends on who the child is and how involved they were in witnessing. So one of the things that come to mind is something called ACE scores, and that's adverse childhood experiences. You can definitely look it up. When I read about it, there's a TED Talk on it. There's a doctor from California, an amazing presentation. You don't want to miss it. And it really sheds light into how the medical staff need to do their due diligence and assess children even on an annual checkup, just to make sure there aren't any other issues that are unaddressed within the home. So the more adverse effects that children go through during their early years, the more problems they are gonna have. It's unfortunate, but it's trauma over trauma over trauma. So they're always in a flight or fight response. Remember that. When someone is easily triggered, right? Or someone is easily jumpy or nervous or anxious or irritable, it's coming from somewhere else. It's not just they're having a bad day. No, especially if it's repetitive. So children experience learning disabilities. They experience anxiety. They experience isolation. They experience a lot of anger, confusion, and that's just while they're children. So as they're growing and as they're building relationships, they can't really create solid foundational relationships because they mistrust and they fear. So just try to put yourself in another person's shoes, in a child's shoes. The number one thing that they need is safety and security. That's the basic need. They're not even getting that, let alone love and extra attention and guidance and all the wonderful things that a child deserves as a human being as they develop. And they're being robbed of all of it, essentially, because when the victim is wrapped up in a chaotic relationship with their abuser, which could be the father, it could be the stepfather, or it could be the boyfriend that just moved in, the children are being ignored. And I have to say it, but it's true. And it happened to me too. So don't take it lightly, ladies. If you are in an abusive relationship and you are not paying attention to what's happening and you're not getting real, your children will be affected. Every single time something happens, it's affecting them. And even when it's not, you're dealing with it indirectly. Your emotions are spewing out and they're taking that in. And they don't even realize how much it's going to affect them in the long run. Is there healing and hope later? Absolutely. There are resources and the brain can rejuvenate itself and the brain can get retrained. There's neuroplasticity, there's ways of learning new habits and new ways of healing, all of that. But why go through that when you have the opportunity to leave now? So I'm telling you, the consequences are dire, the consequences are dangerous. And that's my answer. I love you. Please stay safe. Get out when you can. And Rossana again with MindShift Thrive Global Ministries. See you soon. Bye.